Sorry, but we're not open just yet.
I found these in your pots out front. It's devil's weed.
And surprisingly pretty, given the name. Don't you think?
It's used for the darkest of dark magic.
Actually, it has a number of medicinal purposes, as you well know.
I know you, Devin. And I know you've never been much into medicine. Get rid of it. I'm not gonna tell you again. Mayor Weldon and Laura Cambridge were acquainted. I don't know much about her at all. She wasn't here very long.
What do you mean?
Well, we hired Laura as a volunteer about a week ago. A few days later, we had to fire her.
Why?
She was caught copying confidential files.
What kind of files?
Accounting files.
Any idea why she would be interested in those files? Ms. Park.
It's sensitive. I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Ms. Park, a woman was murdered, and we are trying to figure out why.
We recently discovered some discrepancies in our accounts. We found there was some money missing.
How much money?
$2.3 million. There's an internal investigation going on.
This investigation, does it have anything to do with Mayor Weldon?
Well, I've talked to San Diego PD. They've sent over everything on the first victim, Brenda Whipley's case. And Mr. Coleman's updated files on the conference room table.
I'll start looking them over.
Now, should we notify the press that we're looking for a spree killer?
Not until we know exactly what we're looking for.
Okay, you guys can set up right in here.
I demand to speak to him. We're business partners. But what's he doing here?
Vega, what are you doing to me? And you're being set up for a one-way trip to the Gray Bar Hotel. You patted her down for a wire yet?
Vega, you can't be taking this guy seriously.
No, to be honest with you, I don't know what to make of you two.
Just wait a minute, let's be cool here. You can't shoot me. I took out the Perry boys for you.
He is lying.
How would you know you weren't there?
Yes, I was. I shot them.
That's impossible. The gun that was used to kill the Perry boys was the same gun that was used to shoot Yoli Concepcion. And I know you didn't kill her because she was your best friend.
Yes, she was. I loved Yoli. But she was starting to suspect that someone in our unit was dirty. It was just a matter of time before she figured out it was me.
Your son Martin's remains were positively identified.
I understand that this is a difficult time, but if we could ask you a few questions.
Well, what happened to my son?
Was Manny the kind of kid who would do stunts? Death-defying stuff?
Oh, no. Manny wasn't that kind of kid.
When was the last time you saw Manny before he went missing?
I work nights, so sometimes days go by, and we just pass like ships in the night. So, 2 weeks ago.
Would you happen to have a recent photo of Manny that we can borrow?
Yeah. It was all I had.
We're here with two women who have lived every mother's nightmare. 16 years ago, their daughters were switched at birth in this very hospital. Ladies, tell me about that first time you laid eyes on your biological daughter.
Me, I was just overwhelmed. It's just not something I ever expected.
But Regina, from what I understand, you and your daughter's father had doubts shortly after you came home from the hospital. Is that right?
We always thought that Babe was special.
Though you wrote you never suspected anything. Isn't that right?
Well, not that she wasn't ours.
Well, of course. And you must have had a lot of nannies, given your resources, so you may not have picked up on some of the subtle cues the way Regina did. I'm sure I speak for a lot of mothers who are wondering how you possibly did it. A single mother, struggling to make ends meet, battling alcoholism, raising a deaf daughter.
I just did what I had to do. I took it one day at a time.
Well, you are a true hero. Tell us how you found the time to become fluent in sign language.
This isn't what we agreed on.
It's not what you agreed on.
You always cared about this damn job more than about your family.
Amy, that is not true.
It's always been true. Always will be.
He is the one who has put this family at risk.
But you can save him.
I am saving him.
Well, Teresa, you won't. You won't tell the FBI what happened.
If Robert doesn't, then yes, I will. I absolutely will.
Our kids are off limits to you from now on.
Oh, Amy.
I don't want them near you.
Amy.
I don't want them near you and your loneliness. What do you have to show for your life besides this precious office of yours, huh?
Let's get out of here.